Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series. Welcome to the writing journey, where our purpose is to encourage and inspire writers as we take this journey together. Today, I want to talk to you about, are you a plotter or a pantser? Or do you know the difference? Now, one thing I would really like to point out from the beginning is I am not a writing expert. I'm still a new author myself. The purpose of the writing journey is for us to learn together. I'm going to share my experiences, and I hope some of you will share your experiences with me and allow me to share them with the other writers. So let's get back to plotter or pantser. You know, there are so many writing styles. Those are just two that I've heard of. But let's talk about that. Plotter. What is a plotter? That's someone, they pretty well know the story from beginning to end already. They've got it plotted out. They've got an outline, and they follow that outline all the way from page 1 to the ending. I tried to be a plotter. I tried to do my first novel, Mistaken Target, starting at the very beginning and writing through. I didn't do an outline because when I started to do an outline, I found myself actually writing the book. And then I still got stuck. So for me, being a plotter just did not work. Then you have the seat of the pants writer, or pantser for short. This is your person, they don't have the plot, except maybe in general, in their head, but they don't have an outline. They don't have, A, B, C. They just start writing, and it comes together for them. I can't say that I'm like that either. I knew how I wanted my stories to start, pretty much, and I knew how I wanted it to end. That I did know. And I had some ideas of things I wanted to have happen in between. So I'm what they probably call a hybrid. And what I finally found that worked for me is I would write, I called them scenes. And I might write a scene that's from the end of the book, and then later write a scene that's at the beginning of the book, or at the middle of the book. And after I had enough scenes, I would put them in the order that I wanted them in. Then I could read through it and add, subtract, change, move. So that's where modern technology really helps, because I typed all of mine. I don't do handwriting if I can help it. My hands don't like that. So, why don't you let me know what you do? Are you a plotter? Do you plan it out? Are you a pantser? Do you just start writing and it comes together for you? Oh, some people say, well, I've tried writing and it doesn't sound right. I don't like how it sounds. I understand. That's what held me up for 5 years from when I first had the idea for Mistaken Target. But what you have to do is get it down. Whether you write it out by hand or you type it up in the computer, write it. Get the main ideas. Get your story. Then you can go back and you can reorganize and edit and polish, because I can promise you, you're going to do a lot of editing. You're going to do a lot of polishing. So don't worry about how it sounds the first time you write it down. That's just your beginning. And let me encourage you, get that beginning. Now, I can tell you a couple stories about myself. I told you about I did that first paragraph. I hated it, and I left it for 5 years until my husband encouraged me to sit down and write that book that I'd had the idea for over 5 years. Editing and polishing, when I finished, or I thought I'd finished, I handed it off to my husband. And he would read it and make suggestions, and I would go in, and if I found the suggestions good, which most of the time they were, I would edit it again. And then we'd go through it together again. And then I sent it to my beta readers. And I can tell you a funny story about that. With this book, there is an establishment called Pot O' Gold. It's a bar. Keep that in mind. One of my beta readers sent it back to me and said that I had called it Pot O' God. I don't think we want a bar called Pot O' God. So that definitely helped me with the editing and polishing. So when you get to the point where you feel like you've looked over it and looked over it and looked over it, get somebody else to look over it. Get fresh eyes on it. So plotter or pantser, or something in between. Which one are you? Let me encourage you to send me your comments below. And let me hear from you. What do you do when you write? Also, let me encourage you to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and my author page on Amazon.com. Please subscribe to my channel. When you ring that bell, it'll let you know the next time I post a video. I hope you have a wonderful week.